Hey everyone, welcome back. Many of you may be on spring break this week or just schlepping through the spring season and want to do a really fresh, easy makeup look. So today we are going to be focusing on the skin, a really dewy, fresh look using a CC cream, the It Cosmetics CC cream. I just have a small sample here, but just with a little bit of that, I was able to do my entire face to create this fresh look. CC creams have been pretty popular recently, and a lot of people are even using them to replace their foundations. In place of, a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream. The CC cream really does a lot more for your skin and really can replace your foundation if you want. So if you've ever been curious about this product, or if you just want an easy, fresh look for your spring break or for your spring, be sure to keep watching. Okay, so to get started, I've already done something a little bit on my eyes. I went in with a little bit of the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion across the lid, and then went in with the Rimmel London Color Precise eyeliner across the top line. And in my waterline, I have the Sephora the number 03 wide-eyed waterproof. I believe this is a water eyeliner that you can get at Sephora, and as I said, the color is 03, and that just really brightens up the eyes. You can see the kind of the lighter color on my bottom lash line, my bottom waterline, and then I went in with the Porefessional face primer. So now I'm actually going to go in and focus on the skin, which is what obviously this video is focused on. I have just like a small little sample size here of the It Cosmetics CC cream in medium. This is probably just a tad dark for me, but we are going to go in with this color just to kind of show you, obviously the CC cream has in it already the foundation, pore minimizer, primer, brightening serum, anti-age serum, day cream, airbrush skin perfector, color corrector, and SPF 50 and dark spot corrector. So that is a whole lot of stuff in one product. And I have been a little bit skeptical in the past about CC creams, but I really like kind of the fresh kind of flawless look that they create. So I'm going to just take a damp beauty blender and I'm just going to start working that into the skin. And this really is so great if you're looking to do a look that's a little bit more quick and easy to do in the morning, because it is going to kind of create such a nice finish, and again, really a fresh look, as opposed to, if you're looking instead for like a more full coverage foundation, which is going to, just look a little bit heavier on the skin. This one does not look heavy at all on the skin, especially when you go in with a beauty blender, because then you're really getting, the most airbrush finish. So again, it's important that that beauty blender is damp, just so that it can really move the product and kind of push that into the skin as you're moving it across. And as you can see, this color is just a little tiny bit dark on me, but it's not too bad. And once we kind of go in with some more highlighter, it will look a little bit more to be the right color, but I am going to take it a little bit down on my neck to make sure it's blended. Okay, and just kind of work that in. You don't have to get it too close to under the eye area, because we are going to go in with an under eye concealer. And a lot of other brands do carry CC creams, but the It Cosmetic one is probably the one that you've heard the most about just online. And as you can see, it's a pretty full coverage, or I guess you could call it a foundation too. It really does pretty much cover everything, but it just doesn't go on the skin as thick as, like I said, a more medium or full coverage foundation does. And just bring down that a little bit onto the neck here. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit more on any redness that I have. Okay, so now that I have gotten that worked in and really well blended, as you can see, it's a pretty flawless coverage, but a very dewy finish. And so sticking with that kind of fresh face, I'm going to go in with the It Cosmetics Bye Bye UnderEye just under my eyes. And as you've probably heard from my last few tutorials, I really prefer this thicker, more full coverage under eye concealer, just because it'll really stay in place all day, and then go in with a little bit more of a sheer formula for the rest of my highlighter. But if you don't really have any dark circles under your eyes at all, or creasing, or don't really have any issues at all, and your under eye concealer will stay all day with a more sheer formula, you definitely don't need to go in with two different products. And it can be kind of a pain to keep two different concealers with you anyway. And since I don't have any strong eye, I'm not going to necessarily create that precise line like I usually do on the side. I'm just going to kind of blend that into the eye area up here. And just again taking that in that kind of check mark motion on either side. And the thing that I also really like about this look, obviously it's great for the summer, but we have been having some pretty wacky weather where it'll be cold one day and really warm the next day. And I know it's really wreaking havoc on a lot of people's skin and allergies and sinuses and everything. So really a fresh look is great any time of the year, but especially if you don't really necessarily know what it's going to be like outside. This, product is hydrating enough and kind of treats your skin while you're out there without being too heavy if all of a sudden it's getting, a little warm on you. Okay, and just kind of blend that down again into that check motion. I'm going to kind of really just keep that underneath the eye. I'm not going to really bring it up into the inner corner of the eye. I'm just going to kind of keep it down below. Okay, and that's pretty well covered. I'm then going to go in with Revlon Photo-ready Concealer. Now, I used this last week in a little bit of, I think it was a medium color. This is in fair, and I find that this color matches a lot better. So I'm just going to put a teensy bit more just right on the very, very tops of my cheekbones here, and then go in and highlight where I usually do. Now, to keep this look really fresh, we are not really going to go in and contour today, except for just with a little bit of a bronzer, but we're not going to go in with any cream contour today, just to keep, again, the look very bright and fresh. And just blend that in. And again, just the usual places we highlight: on the center of the forehead, tops of the cheekbones, down the center of the nose, Cupid's bow and chin, and if you have a little bit of redness around your nose, you can just put a little bit of highlighter there too. And because this CC cream is a little bit dark for me, I am going to do that. And I'm actually going to take a little bit more on my chin just to lighten that a little bit more. And then the center. Okay. Again, make sure this is really well worked out. And you know what? I probably could have just used my beauty blender instead. I just really like this just small concealer brush because it really puts the product where you want it. But you know what? I might go in and just blend a little bit with the other side of my beauty blender just to make sure it's really worked into the skin. Oh, you can see it already. Any lines just totally disappear when you use the beauty blender. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go in with just a little bit of Laura Mercier setting powder just right underneath the eyes. Let's find a little tiny eyeshadow brush here to put this on. Again, I'm just going to do it under the eyes. I'm not going to set the rest of my highlight with the Laura Mercier because I'm going to be actually using a different powder that I don't believe I've used on any of the videos before, but I had received it in my Ipsy bag and I've been really excited about it. It's called the Ofra Cosmetics Banana Highlighting Powder. So let me just set really quick under the eyes and then we'll get into using that product. And this is similar to kind of that strobing technique that a lot of people are using, which is basically just highlighting and not contouring. It sounds fancy, but that's really pretty much what it is. So if you're usually highlighting and contouring, if you just skip the contouring one day, it just looks a little bit more fresh and natural, even though you are, using pretty full makeup. And I'm going to take a Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and again, I'm using a lot of samples today that I've gotten from my different Ipsy bags. I just have the small Ofra, and it just comes in just this little palette here. I'm sure you can get like a full compact in the store. I'm not sure if Sephora carries Ofra or not, but I'm sure you can find it online. I'm just going to take the tapered blending brush and kind of pick up a little bit of product from that, and I'm going to apply that over where I highlighted. So starting again in the center of the forehead. And this is a matte formula. This is not a like shimmery highlighter. So you can put this, like I said, pretty much everywhere you highlighted without having to worry about it being shimmery and glittery, which is really nice. It's just a matte formula. And it does look really nice over, the camera's probably not picking up exactly everything that it's doing because I can see the colors, you can't see it as much, but it really just adds to the highlighting effect and keeps the look really bright. Okay, and I am going to put a little bit of the Bahama Mama bronzer just where I would normally contour, just to add a little bit of definition. And I'm actually going to just wipe off and take that same Sigma E40 tapered blending brush just because it is like a really nice size, and take that just into a little bit of the Bahama Mama. And just put a little bit of that on the hollows of my cheekbone. Okay, and then I'm going to take a larger Sephora foundation brush just to blend that in. Okay, and I was not sure if I was going to do a blush. I actually am, because I want to add a little bit of color back into the skin. I'm going to go in with the Be Matte Blush by City Color in the color Fresh Melon, and just take an angled blush brush and just pop that on the apples of the cheeks. You can skip this step if you don't necessarily feel like you need any blush. Some people have very naturally very red cheeks already, and you don't really need any. Okay. And now, as we were talking about before with that highlighter, I am now going to go in with a shimmery, like illuminating palette. I have the e.l.f. illuminating palette here that kind of has a few different colors in it. I'm going to go in with the pinky shade here. I like that one the best on the cheeks, just to highlight the top of the cheekbones here. So I'm just going to dust that right on top. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the white color for the Cupid's bow. And if you want, you can do a little bit of highlighter just on the very center of the nose and a little bit on the chin if you want. Because I'm going to be on camera today, I'm going to skip those highlighting because that just looks a little bit too shimmery. And again, because I'm going to be on camera, I'm going to just use a little bit of the Makeup Forever HD press powder. But really, at this point, you can stop and not add any more products on the face if you want at this point, because really you want to keep the look a little bit more dewy. And just kind of keeping that more to the T-zone. And this is actually a Luxie 514 blush brush, but it's really, really fluffy, and I really actually like it as a powder brush. So I've just cleaned all my brushes, and now I'm gonna kind of use it more as a powder brush. It's very soft. It feels very nice. Okay, brows we're going to keep very simple, nothing too crazy. Again, fresh, easy look. Gimme brow number 3. I'm just going to go in and brush that through the brows. We're not even going to use any pencil or powder or anything else on the brows, just the brow gel. You can use a clear brow gel if you have really super full brows. I'm just going to go in with a tinted one. Okay, and then for eyelashes, I'm going to be using the IT Superhero Mascara in the color Super Black. I've used this for about the last week or two, and I'm really liking this mascara because I feel like it gives like a really full fringe. Okay, so that is it for the lashes, and then on the lip, I am just going to put the pink lipstick. It's by the Exicte Group Incorporated, but I believe the brand name is pink. It's just like a very Barbie pink color. That on the lips. Okay, and that is the completed look. It's really fresh, simple, easy. A lot of you may be on spring break this week, so this is a really easy look to throw on, whether you're just going out to see some friends or if you're down maybe somewhere tropical on spring break. The CC cream is just so awesome because it has that SPF already in it, and it has a lot of really great products in it that help rejuvenate your skin and make it look brighter and better. So it's kind of doing that work for you while you're wearing it, and because it has the color corrector and foundation in it also really covers any dark spots, and it's pretty full coverage. Even though it looks and feels really light on the skin, it does cover. So I've been really happy with the CC cream. You can use it to even replace your foundation if you want, and again, if you have problems with your skin, it really does treat it while it's working. Or you can just use it for a day where you want something a little bit lighter and easier. Hope this tutorial was helpful, and good luck with your CC cream.